this is the sound of a Spectrum 48K loading. If you like these sort of sounds, listening to just another retrocast from SNEWnetwork.com.
That's the worst Spectrum impression I've ever heard.
I don't think it was supposed to be particularly accurate.
Was it not?
No.
I don't know. We can give it a go. Try and put it on a tape and load it in.
So, yes, we do have 2 podcasts for you. On a Thursday, that's not today, we'll release a podcast called Just Another Retrocast, looking at stuff from our childhood.
It's like a bunch of middle-aged men talking about toys, if you're into that.
Not those sort of toys.
No.
You were going to say that, Paul, weren't you?
No, I was just going to say it was just a bunch of old men wittering on about how things were so much better before
they
we had
weren't better.
mortgages and...
I'm not going to say things were better. Have you seen the graphics of any video game ever?
So
And
today...
think of how many points of articulation are on a Transformer now compared to when they came out.
Articulation's overrated.
Anyway, so today we're recording the SNEWS Button, which is all about movie and TV news. So let's get on with that, shall we?
Go on then.
Cool. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the SNEWS Button, episode number 10.
I want to say 10.
Jeez.
It might even be 11, because we've done extras and things recently. I've lost blooming count. I don't know what's going on. Anyway,
Just a Game of Thrones
welcome
spoiler
to-
special.
Can we not Google it? That'll tell us.
welcome
Well,
to
we're up
a
to-
SNEWS Button. That's easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Mr. Paul Brown.
You're all right. I'm back.
Hello. How's your life?
Jesus, it's been mental.
How's it?
Yeah, it's only going to get worse, but hey.
Well, yeah.
But hey, it's all good. It's all good.
Roddo?
No, but
We'll-
what you
we'll-
can start doing for a bit when you have the baby is stop doing other things for other people. So it'll be mental on your own terms.
Well, yeah, but I've still got to... we've got to do the podcast. Got to keep going. Keep doing it. Keep doing
I'm
it.
glad you said that.
Yep.
It's nice to have a bit of commitment.
Yep.
Anyway, we've got Ross Murphy here as well.
Hello.
Hi.
This is episode 11, by the way.
Is it?
So he's Googled it. Brilliant.
Well done. So, should we start with a bit of Consnewming, guys?
Yeah, go
Paul,
for it.
Paul, go on. You've been eager to tell us about something.
Christ, yeah. The theme music reminded me, I've been watching Game of Thrones. I'm on to near the end of season 2 now. I've noticed you two are such big fans, you probably know the theme tune, don't you?
Yeah, ready? I'm really good at
Go on,
humming.
here we go. It's the end, the one at the end. The end credits one.
Oh, it's burning, and now it's moving down to King's Landing and over to Dawn.
There's another one on the DVD intro thing. It's like
There's a different one.
type of thing, yeah.
Oh, really?
But if you watch the DVDs, I can't help but at the end of it, each bit, when it loops round, it's going cha cha cha. Anybody at home, if you watch the DVDs, you'll get what I mean. It's irresistible. I feel like there should be a cha 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 there,
Okay.
and I find that with quite a lot of. Maybe it's just me with theme tunes, but there's always a hidden cha 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 somewhere.
Cool.
I think you could always use it.
I like a cha-cha-cha.
The other thing I was
Probably
going
the
to
best
say,
bit of Game of Thrones, isn't it?
yeah, cha cha cha.
What do you think of Littlefinger?
I like him. He's great in it. Why is he called Littlefinger? Do we know why he's
He
called?
comes from the fingers, I think. Doesn't he come from...
Yeah, there's a part of he's from what's the bit between Winterfell and what's the bit between the north and
It's the Gooch, isn't it?
The Eyrie?
yeah, but where's that? Who's
Is that where the Freys live?
no, the Freys live in the water. They live in the water part, don't they?
Yeah.
You've got a water park as well.
They got a water park, yeah.
Shit.
No, the
Seen
Freys
that.
live the Riverlands, isn't it?
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's
where
right,
they're
yeah,
from.
Riverlands. Yeah, you're right.
The Arryns and the Erie.
The
is
Arryn
in
Isles.
Yeah, he's from a place that sticks out where that is, and it's called the Fingers.
Right, now I'm with you. That makes sense then. Yeah, he's great. I like him in a lot of things. He's a great actor. And I really like... is it
Tyrion.
Tyrion.
Yeah, he's great.
Don't get too attached with you.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
To anybody. We're not. No, we weren't saying that character. We're just saying anybody.
No, I guessed as much. It's just... no, these certain characters you really want to root for, and there's certain characters you really want to see die. And... no, I've just got up to the bit where that guy's trussed up and he's being tortured and he's having his winky cut off. So
right.
That was a bit... Ooh.
Oh, that's in season 2.
Yeah.
Oh, bloody hell. You're right. They
Oh,
did
it was
torture
right,
him for
wasn't
a
he?
long
He's like,
time.
they just he's in for the long haul on that.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I was hoping it'd just be over and done with soon, that. Cause
So you had the sausage montage.
No,
Not
it just
montage,
showed... it was
cut.
a
Yeah,
fade
jump
out,
cut.
wasn't it?
Jump cut.
Yeah, it was the fade out. He was like... Yeah. It all blurred out, went all hazy.
Hang on, what did they do to cut his bits
Well,
off?
they get two girls to come in and pretend to save him,
No,
and
is
then
that?
and then they,
So
they
when
wiggle
it cuts,
on him. And
when it
then...
cuts to the next scene, it's somebody chopping up a sausage.
Oh, it probably was. I didn't notice that
Yeah,
bit.
it is. You've got to look out for these little fun, comical
No,
jump
I was too
cuts
busy.
that they do.
I was too busy turning away at that point, thinking, "Oh, fucking hell."
Yeah, he's still in it for the long haul, mate.
If you enjoy it the same as everyone else enjoys it, you'll probably get to the end and want to just watch it again.
Yeah,
Right.
Maybe not straight away, but you'll just be going,
it's a bit.
I think I would watch that all before. Like I've already seen it mostly twice, and I think I would probably sit through it all again just before season 8 comes out, especially if it's going to be as late as it is.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
enjoying it, but there are. It does. I like the fact it waves up and down through the whole real dark bits. You've got some light areas as well. It's not. There's bits where if it was just all that, it would just become season 5
It's saved by some really great comedy writing.
Yeah.
At times, there's certain characters like Tyrion's hilarious. Like
he's brilliant.
Bronn, have you met Bronn yet?
We'll see.
You will do, because season 2. What's that? The Battle of Blackwater Bay. So you'll be building up to that.
Right.
So
Robson from Robson and Jerome. Was it Jerome?
Oh, of course, he's in it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's Bronn. Yeah,
right,
he's funny.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, it's Jerome,
and then
Jerome
the Hound
Flynn,
as well. The Hound is funny as well. Yeah, there's lots of cool characters.
Lots of people get good comedy moments in it, to be fair, but just some more than others.
What I found surprising is these people in that show doing incredibly good acting that you would never expect. You got Dennis Pennis in there.
Yeah,
there's lots.
Very
like,
good, isn't it?
Everybody from British TV is in that show.
Yeah,
you just go, oh, it's you from Skins, or it's you
Yeah.
from Hollyoaks, and it's you from this, and you from that.
And they're all pretty good.
It's not the first time you've seen Dennis Pennis in something else, though, is it?
I've seen him in
He
things.
was in Spaced.
Was he?
He was, yeah. Just one episode with David Williams when they did.
Oh, of course he was, yeah.
performance art. He was
Over.
Hoover. Yeah.
I'm over. Yeah, I remember that. Thanks, Das. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, so
So that caught up on Defenders, watched all of that.
It's not very good, is it, Paul?
It's not as great as I was expecting. There's lots of what the fuck's that about? Why's that? How can he twat him, but he can't twat that?
Oh,
one?
I finished.
Lots of that going on. But
Since we last spoke, I finished the last episode,
right.
and the most redeeming thing about the whole show is the fight at the end to the Wu-Tang.
Yeah, that's good,
And I
isn't
was
it?
just like, that's so cool.
And they do the nice panning around the room like an Avengers-style battle, just catching little bits of their fights and stuff as they go.
So me and Anna started watching Scream, like
right.
the movies again.
Go through all them.
Yeah, so we watched the second one the other day, and because I'd just watched that Defenders and I had Wu-Tang, I keep just going, the ghost-faced killer! And she's like, what are you doing? I was like, it's a name, it's just a line from a Wu-Tang song. There's a guy in it called Ghostface Killer. So every time he turns up, I'm just like, the ghost-faced killer! And she's like, you're ruining this film.
Wow, that must be annoying.
They're really good, though.
She has the patience of a saint, she does. Anyway,
So
yeah, Defenders. Overall, what do you think you'd give it?
it's a bit of fun, isn't it? I wouldn't put it in the same league as Daredevil storylines or even Jessica Jones.
Sets up Daredevil season 3 nicely, though, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, it does. But it is just a bit of fun, a sort of a set-up series. I suppose that's all it was meant to be, wasn't it, really? I feel it could have been a really good 2.5-hour movie.
Yeah.
If they put it together. There was a lot of needless bollocks. It wasn't really needed.
Just
I'm
very
sure
exposition
more.
and-
I'm
yeah.
sure more time passes in the show. No, I'm sure more time passes in real life than passes in this period that the show's set over.
Yeah.
It feels
Are you
like
talking
it's
about-
like a day and a night, and you've watched it for 8 hours, and you're
Yeah.
like, they started about 24 hours ago.
Yeah.
You're talking about the podcast or Defenders?
A bit both, mate.
Okay. So, yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I've been up to.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ross?
Weirdly, I watched Running Man last night. That was
Ooh.
a Sunday night film.
Ooh.
So I've started doing this thing where I've started loading up my Plex server with really good Blu-ray rips of all the old cool films that I just wish that I had at my fingertips. And we gave that our most 80s action movie of all time award, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. Is it 90s?
Did it live up to it?
No.
Oh, no, go on.
It is better than you remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's better when you're an adult. It's more relevant than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
the introduction, like the only thing that tells you the introduction is a little bit out is because it dates it 2017.
Right.
But it's like
Oh, does it?
the world's running
Interesting.
out of resources. We're running out of food. We're running out of oil, and the government's just turned full fascist. And now they make people. And the only way they can keep the population under control is just to feed them bullshit television.
Yeah.
And about an hour
pretty
in, Anna
much.
goes, "Cool, this has taken a dark turn." She's like, "This is really like Black Mirror, isn't it?" I was like, "No, Black Mirror is like this. This is a dystopian movie."
Had she never seen it before?
No,
Wow.
and actually, it is darker and like if you made that film without Arnold Schwarzenegger in and without all the funny quips and the really campy over the top like characters, which actually suit it really well,
Yeah.
it would be a really dark, serious movie and very much in the vein of like Children of Men.
I need to read
So-
the book, I think.
The book's brilliant.
Okay. How close is it to the book?
Not very close at all. The book's probably more realistic to like what would probably eventually happen because it's much more like the Running Man happens across the whole of America. There's no like fixed arena.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's a bit like those shows Hunted that they've started doing.
So what? Do they still have the exploding neck things?
I don't know, but that only happens to them when they're in prison, doesn't it?
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen when they're trying to get out of the Running Man thing, no?
No. And the weird thing is, the other thing that makes it just as relevant now, and it doesn't feel like a pastiche of itself, because actually, like all the 80s glitz and glam that's on the TV show and the weird clothes people wear, it probably feels more like now
Yeah, I was
than,
going to say
than
more
10
relevant.
years
Yeah.
ago did. Like
Yeah.
10 years ago, it might have felt like a continuation of 90s.
Yeah.
But we've gone full circle,
Yeah.
and like it doesn't feel like a period piece. It feels like a futuristic movie still, which is brilliant.
Cool. It's to its credit, definitely. Good stuff. I might have to watch that at some point in the near future.
Yeah, it's really good. Soundtrack's brilliant.
I didn't realise it was set in 2017. That's very interesting.
Mm.
Anything else?
And I watched Scream 2 as well, just for like not watching anything new. I got so pumped, and I watched Guardians of the Galaxy, and I was a bit disappointed. And so I just keep downloading like old movies that are now become period pieces, like Scream 2,
Yeah.
which is again really good.
Cool. I've
It's
never
actually
seen it.
it so knows what it's doing. It's so self-referential. You can't dislike those films.
It's
They're so
meta.
clever. They're just they reboot in a genre and taking the mick out of the genre that the guy who's directed them basically helped create.
It's the guy that was Freddy Krueger, isn't it? Oh, no,
It's
no,
Wes
it's not.
Craven,
Wes Craven.
who made and there's a Freddy Krueger Easter egg in this one as well as him
Right.
there's an Easter egg in the first
Is Robert
one as
Englund
well.
in it?
And there's a janitor who's just dressed like Freddy,
Right, okay.
and then there's just a jumper in one of the opening scenes that's just Freddy's
Right.
like
Green and red
jumper.
striped jumper, yeah. Fair enough. Cool. You ready for this?
Go for it. What have you been up to?
Okay, I watched The Tick, all of it.
Right.
It's only 6 episodes, but, I ate that up, in a few days, really. It's bloody good.
Yeah.
Really good, yeah. I mean, it ticks all the right buttons as far as, like, the...
Ah,
An
puns.
intentional pun.
Puns.
it was
All of the
unintentional.
puns.
Ticks all the right boxes as far as the 90s cartoon are concerned.
Yep.
And it's got, like, references and little appearances from characters that I recognise from that, but they haven't got, like, major parts. And it's just got a whole new theme, a whole new storyline. Very well done. I'm very impressed. Well
Cool.
done, Amazon. You've handled it really, really well. It's comical. It's kind of edge of the seat a little bit here and there. Psychologically, it's kind of, leaves you questioning, is this happening to this guy? Or is this happening to this guy? And, like, it just is good.
So just to clarify, is this a reboot? Or is this the original
completely
series? A complete
a
reboot. New
original
reboot.
series, yeah.
Cool. I will definitely have to check that out.
It's very much worth it. It's on Amazon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you'll have to get it from the usual dodgy places.
I was going to say,
if you're not
there's a bay I've heard of.
Yeah,
you
the one
know,
off the coast there.
Yeah, you just have to surf over to it.
Yeah.
And there's a few pirates up there.
Yeah, it's there.
And
Chris, you know we have a rule about this where you're allowed like 2 things,
Yeah,
but
that's
then
alright.
you always go, all I've done is watch TV for a week.
That's not true. Death Note, the movie.
yeah, I keep seeing adverts for this. Go on.
Netflix property.
Yeah.
So originally it was a manga. We spoke about it on the podcast before.
From Japan.
From Japan. So it was a manga and a very, very, very popular anime. And this anime specifically is literally one of the most famous, I think, in the world. So for somebody to take that story and make an American version of it is kind of brave.
Yeah.
But the director has handled quite a few popular horror properties.
Yep.
So you'd expect it to be really, really well put together and of quality. However,
Oh dear. Go on.
however,
There's a but coming.
there is a big but. It's fucking badly edited and badly put together, and the way that the actual property is handled is quite disappointing. You know, do you know the premise of it at all?
Yeah, I remember you mentioning it in a previous podcast about whoever you write. Is it that one? Whoever you write on this list, this
falls
book.
from the sky, yeah.
Yeah.
And whoever's name you put in the book. But there's rules. But for the basic, you put somebody's name in the book, they die. You can determine how they die and stuff as well.
Fantastic.
And it's
You could get killed by the ghost face killer.
the book is kind of cared for and helped along its way by this demon thing called Ryuk, and he's just a bit of a kind of a trickster demon type thing. So he's trying to trip up the person who's got the book all the time, so it can be passed to somebody else. He doesn't seem to like it being with one person for too long. And that beastie is played by William Dafoe.
Oh, good.
Which is all right.
Yeah.
The voice acting's okay. It's the usual sort of thing that I find with when you have like computer animated stuff or puppets. The people recording stuff in a booth, they don't apply too many kind of environmental effects to their voice, so it sounds as if it's somebody in a booth.
Yeah.
Like the Turtles suffered with it with Krang at the end of the second movie. All the characters in Jungle Book suffer from it. And, well, yeah, this happens with Ryuk as well. But that's far from the worst thing about this film. The ending of it is so badly edited and put together. It's just...
What a shame.
It is a real shame.
Because I was planning on giving that a go this week.
Yeah,
but,
well, I wouldn't completely dismiss it. It's quite a nice way to... If you don't want to sit down and spend 20 hours watching the anime, it's quite a nice way to just, in 2 hours, get a good taste of how it works. But... It's disappointing.
While we're on the subject, my little boy's just got right into Full Metal Alchemist.
Ah, okay.
I'm really struggling with it.
Okay. What, is he watching the original
Don't watch
anime?
it then, mate.
It's I don't know if the original. It's on Netflix.
He's watching
it's
an
English dub,
anime though.
an anime of it.
Right, yeah.
It looks to be. I don't know. It looks to be the original. The
Really
intro
long
is,
running, isn't it? I think there's
very.
quite a lot of it.
There's a lot of it. It just feels a bit hammy to me. It's sort of. Yeah.
See, that's being remade as a live action, and
It could be interesting.
Well, they're not. It's an American company, I think, that are paying for it, but it's an all Japanese cast.
All right.
In Japanese language.
Right.
So there are trailers of it kicking around. If I can find one and I remember, I'll stick it on our Facebook page for you to have a look at.
Cool.
But yes, that's probably not far off coming out, actually, if I remember rightly.
That'll be interesting. Might be worth giving a go. I like the story. I like the setup. I like the premise of it, but it's all a bit hammy, and the dialogue is all a bit really bad soap opera.
Right.
For me.
Well, it is Japanese.
Yeah, there is a lot of that in Japanese. I know they like to get badly poetic about certain things.
Yeah, absolutely.
But there's a lot of it in this. There's so much of it.
Fair enough. But people like that.
Yeah, I suppose.
You know, personally, I agree with you. I find it a bit difficult.
Yeah.
You know, it happens in all media as well, though, doesn't it? Like Resident Evil games, for instance.
Yeah.
Like, think of some of the scripting in that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
You know.
actually, the first one, definitely. Yeah, there's
and the
lots
second
of that.
one as well. But hey, yeah. And I started reading The Wasp Factory by Ian Banks. You ever come across it?
Oh, does it tell you how they actually make them?
What?
Why do they make them? They're twats.
No, it's not. I don't know
It's
why
not.
it's called The Wasp
Do
Factory.
we know why
yet.
they make them then?
No.
Who makes them?
Oh, they are around to eat cabbage white butterfly.
Good. I don't like
caterpillars, aren't
cabbage
they?
white butterflies.
Right.
Fucking hate them. Wasps aren't that bad
Something
then
interesting.
anymore.
This is completely off top. Well, it's not. It's relative. We discovered the other day that wasps are really ridiculously carnivore. Like, we were sat outside a place having some ice cream.
Yeah.
And we had some chicken for the dog. So sat there feeding the chicken feeding the chickens little bits of dog. No, feeding the dog little bits of chicken. And I'd put a little bit on the table. A wasp came along, landed on this bit of chicken, just picked it up and took it away.
Fuck.
Like, wow. Proper carnivore wasps.
Yeah, don't fuck with a wasp.
Yeah, so I didn't think about it until,
Or
you know.
was the chicken marinated in something which
No.
just gave off the right
No,
smell.
I was feeding it to the dog, man. It's not got
Just
anything
plain
on it. Yeah,
chicken.
just boiled chicken.
Just chicken.
So yeah,
So
the Wasp Factory though.
sorry,
by
just
Ian
a
Banks.
recheck, just because this is quite important. Wasps killed those butterflies that ruin broccoli.
Yes,
Right. Okay. I respect wasps a little bit more now
there
than I
you go.
did 5 minutes ago.
There you go. But
They can pick on dragonflies a bit for me as well because they're bastards.
do you
as
not
well.
like dragonflies?
Why they didn't
They
do
just
anything?
they just hover about
around.
and but they come in your house. They just like, what the fuck are you
I've
doing
not
here?
ever had a dragonfly in my house.
Oh yeah, they come when they're in your house. It's like they just want to get the fuck out. It's like they want you. This is mine now. They just dive bomb at you.
See, they're
Just flick their
carnivores
ass
as well.
in your face.
They're carnivores as well. They're probably doing something really important for our
Oh, not in my house. They're not.
for our food chain.
I'm the carnivore in my house. Those sausage rolls are mine. Get off.
That's a big fucking dragonfly.
Oh yeah, I've seen some buggers.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Apparently, in very very long time ago, prehistoric times,
yeah.
dragonflies would
Yeah.
have been the size of an
all
average
insects
size.
were while there was more oxygen in the world.
The,
Yeah.
the body part, without like the abdomen, would be the size of like an average,
Human.
I'd
Yeah.
say average household dog.
Oh right. I thought
Yeah,
it
and
was-
like
get
a
bigger
lot of
than that.
insects were like big, like
Yeah.
dogs, weren't they back then?
Yeah.
Because of the oxygen-rich atmosphere.
Oh. And possibly less gravity. They don't really know, do they?
Nah.
No, the oxygen-rich atmosphere.
We still don't
It
even know who
can't be the
makes
only
wasps.
reason, though.
Do
Sorry?
we still don't even know who makes wasps.
No, and it's
So-
not Ian Banks, and it's not
No.
the Wasp
Tell
Factory.
So
us
go
about
on.
the book,
Tell us
come
about
on.
the book.
So it's very dark. I'm very impressed, and it's
imagine
very
the dark
humorous
cycle.
as well. It's so far I'm not very far into it. There's a couple of lads. One of them's escaped from a mental hospital, and he's on his way home. He's in the mental hospital because he's been burning dogs.
Sorry,
That's all right.
that's quite a specific. Well,
It
what
is,
are you in
yeah.
for, mate? Burning dogs.
But
They're
the one
eating all the
who's not,
fucking chicken. It's the wasps next. Sorry, carry on.
the one who's not in hospital, it's kind of his story. So we're learning why it is that his brother's psychopathic, and
Right.
the guy that we're like, who was our main protagonist, has certainly got issues because he has a
Well,
wasp
yeah.
factory, which I don't know what it does yet. But
Brilliant.
but for instance, he lives with his father. His father demands at any time he should be able to ask him a dimension of any piece of furniture in the house, and he should be able to answer it,
Shit.
including how many. No, hang on.
How many
The-
wasps you could fit?
No,
in it?
the area of curtains that are up in the house at that time, as in hanging in the house at that time. So he may have taken some down, and the answer has to be given in a fraction of an acre.
Fucking hell.
It's brilliant.
It's enough
And-
to drive anyone mad.
And there's this amazingly funny part where our protagonist says to his dad, "Look, I'm not answering your stupid questions anymore." And his father says, "Why not?" And he says, "Well, we should have gone metric years ago." Yeah, it's brilliant. So yeah, I so far definitely recommend this book.
Cool. Oh, that sounds good.
I'm going to see if I can find an audio version of it, because I've realised that once I've gotten home from holiday, I actually don't get as much time to read as I'd like. So yeah,
It's a luxury these days.
it is. Right. Well, that do us.
Yeah,
We're happy
I
with
think-
consuming.
yeah.
Should we crack on?
We've
Some
banged on
news.
enough, haven't we? We've gone, what's happening then?
Come on, tell us about posters and logos
Any fonts?
for this week.
No
Font
fonts,
news.
no posters, no logos.
All of the fonts. All of the time.
Our favourite company, though, Hasbro,
Oh, yeah. They're a lot.
they're suing DC Comics
Oh, yeah.
over the name Bumblebee.
For fuck's sake.
Because DC have got a character called Bumblebee.
Right.
Kind of waspy looking kind of character. See, this is thematic, you see. And there's a toy line
Yeah.
from Mattel for this certain character. So what they want really is for Mattel to stop making toys of Bumblebee. Because, you know, it's confusing if you've got a girl that's got wings and looks like a Bumblebee and a Volkswagen or whatever car it is
Okay,
that turns
so...
into a robot,
but then you've got
both
Marvel.
with the same name.
Well, Marvel have got a hero called the Wasp, haven't they?
Yes.
And then Transformers have gone and got a Waspinator. Can
Yeah,
they
but that's-
counter sue? Well, not counter sue, but can they sue? It's getting
It
silly.
has to be the Wasp, wouldn't it? It would still have to be the Wasp and the Wasp.
What about that comic about prime numbers? Are they getting sued about that in case people get confused it's Optimus Prime?
Yeah. Oh,
There
that
you
was a
go.
thing, wasn't it? A little while back. Transformers were suing that company that made the Transformers Prime, that laptop.
Oh yeah, Asus. Asus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They made what, a Transformers Prime
They made
laptop?
a series of tablets that had a keyboard, so they were sort of half tablet, half laptop before anybody else sort of did.
Right.
And they called them Asus Transformers.
Okay.
And they just had boring model numbers like TF300T, and then they brought out a really cool one that they call Prime.
Right.
As in their best one.
Okay. And they got sued.
Yeah, they were getting sued, yeah.
Ah, well.
Yeah, fuck them. I think
They're suing all those scientists as well who've been working on noise because it infringes their copyright of sound wave. You're not allowed to look at MP3s on your screen either. That's an infringement of Hasbro's copyright of sound wave as well.
So who had the character first then? DC have had it longer, I'm guessing?
No, this is interesting.
Oh,
so,
right, okay.
Transformers have been around since 1983.
Yep.
And DC, that character has been around since 1977.
Right.
However, Hasbro filed their property rights first.
Do you know when you buy a new car, you don't get a full-size wheel anymore? You get a tiny little wheel. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like a space-saving wheel.
Yeah, yeah.
That's because Hasbro own the copyright on wheel jack, so you're just not allowed to have one in a new car.
So there you go. Our stupid world that we live in.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of legal jargon bollocks around that one. I reckon that was going to be in the court for a little while, isn't it?
I'd say we'd look forward to the result of this, but we're not, are we? We're
No,
just going to just announce this once and then just
I'm
forget
back in
about it.
DC. I think Hasbro have got a fucking cheek.
That's pretty bad, isn't it?
I'm sorry,
To be fair.
Yeah.
They're two very different properties.
Yeah, and surely, even if they've had it copyrighted beforehand, DC have got evidence to show that their product has been...
That's for the courts to decide.
Exactly, that's
Yeah.
what I mean, but it's
Yeah.
it's bloody stupid.
Did you know if you get on a push bike and you ride it down the road,
Yeah.
now, you have to just keep both wheels
you
on the
can't-
ground
you can't
because
do a
Hasbro
wheelie.
own the copyright on wheelie.
Nice.
If you do that, they'll sue you because it's too confusing with their tiny little funny speaking man. And also, don't ever go too fast on your bike because they'll go, no, we own the copyright on Blur as well.
Oh god, we've probably got loads of these.
No ravaging your girlfriends, rumbling your friends.
I'm sure I'm not even going to go there. I'm not even going there.
Oh, God. Wasn't there one called...
Well, actually, Ravage was originally called Jaguar, but they've...
Oh, really? They had to change it?
They changed that. Oh, I don't know if they had to, but they did change it.
Isn't there one called Erector?
Yeah.
Anyway, we're just going to carry on with the fucking
Sponsored
bad...
by TRX. Let's go. Yeah.
bad bloody Transformer names
Yep.
if we carry on, so we better change subject.
Lube and Slapdash. Right, let's go.
Did you guys see Kong Skull Island? Kong Skull Island.
Nope.
No.
Have you not watched it yet?
No.
You're our filter for these things.
Yeah, put it on your
You
watch
just
list. But put it on your in the long run watch
Right.
list. You don't have to watch it straight away, but it's all right. They're going to do a Godzilla sequel crossover at some point. So, Paul's phone is ringing. Let's see
Yeah.
who it is today.
Who is it this week?
Whoever it is, they've hung up. Hang on. Let's go and check. Let's see who this rude fucker was.
Maybe they're listening to the podcast live and they realised.
Maybe that's it. Oh, it's one of those insurance scam thing.
Is it a
numbers.
PPI?
Yeah, PPI.
That's a shame. It'd have been really nice to have a PPI agent
Would, wouldn't it?
on the podcast.
But
Wouldn't
they
it?
hung up straight away.
Oh,
Shame.
well.
They must have realised.
Next time.
I think they're all arseholes. Right, anyway. What else we got?
So, yeah, Jordan Vaught Roberts, the guy that directed Kong Skull Island.
Sorry, I'm going to interrupt. Have you seen the PPI advert running at the moment?
Oh no.
Do it
Yes,
now!
Yes, I have, yes.
Yeah, sorry, I just had to bring that up.
With Arnie's head on little
on a
tank
tank.
tracks. What
What
the heck?
the fuck is that about? And how did they get permission to do that? And there's so many questions about that.
No idea.
It's mental.
And the
I
My
want
Money
a toy
Su-
of that as well.
My Money Supermarket one with He-Man and Skeletor doing Dirty Dancing.
I've heard about it, but I think
It's
Arnie's
in-
head on a tank screaming orders at me. I
Yeah.
honestly thought I was tripping out. I
It's
thought
a
I'd missed
very
a day.
weird advert, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought I'd missed my medication that day. That was fucked. Right, anyway, sorry, where were we?
Did you know that if you
Here we go, go on.
did you know if you
He's
if you
been
go
building.
if you go for
working on this for 5
if you go
minutes.
for trumpet lessons, there's only some certain songs you're allowed to learn now because Hasbro own the copyright on
So, old
jazz.
jazz.
Oh, God. Right, so yeah, Metal Gear Solid, the fucking movie, Ross.
It's never going to happen.
It
Doesn't
might-
need to happen. Metal Gear Solid the movie is called Metal Gear Solid.
Metal Gear
The
Solid,
video
the
game.
movie, has got a director attached, and that's usually a pretty good sign that something's going to happen.
or it's a 50-50. I wouldn't bet on it because it
Wow.
would just stop, like the Uncharted movie and the Last of Us movie.
I'm not sure it would work.
The Uncharted movie is moving forward, mate.
It's never coming out.
It
Never
really is.
I'm telling you right now on this podcast, 3 movies that aren't going to come out are The Last of Us, Uncharted, or Metal Gear Solid.
I'm pretty sure Uncharted has been scripted, mate.
It's been scripted multiple times, mate. Mark Wahlberg was attached to it.
Right, okay. Still,
I don't think any of those 3 need films at all, and they wouldn't benefit, and I don't think the films would work personally.
one of the actors, I can't remember who it was, it might have been Tom Holland,
Yep.
went to press saying that the script read like Indiana Jones.
Right. That doesn't surprise
Indiana
me.
Jones for the present day. Anyway, but yeah. So no to a Metal Gear Solid movie?
Yeah.
I'd quite like it, I think, as long as it's done well. But then again, when are computer game movies ever done well?
Well, this is it. And so what makes Metal Gear work is it's already well scripted for what it is, and it drags you into it. You are the main character at the same time as you've got this whole background of a really rich character anyway, and it draws you in. You become that character, and the story happens around you. Whereas with the movie, it's going to be more difficult to do that. I don't think it's going to work as well. I know you can get dragged into a movie, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't think it would drag you in the same way as the game already has done. It's got to live up to that level already. I don't think it would work.
Do you think at some point they'll have a shot of him poking around the corner a bit too soon and a guard seeing him and the...
Bling! Yeah, it's going to be all those sorts of things. And they'll write that
Could be
into
a
the
comedy.
score. That'll be in the movie. That'll be in the music,
Wow.
sorry. Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway. So yeah, that's possibly happening. James Gunn is aiming to bring Starsky and Hutch to television.
Why?
Did you like the movie? Did you not see it?
I didn't go anywhere near that movie. And the TV show itself originally was mediocre, wasn't
TV
it?
show is a
It was
bit,
all
but-
about the car. The car was fucking gorgeous.
It was, it's true.
But the rest, it's just, take it or leave it, innit?
Ross?
Sorry, got distracted by Transformers names.
Sorry,
What were you
have
saying?
have you heard you can't travel through the desert and with your... Yeah, go on, do something with that, with Mirage. I'll give you the punchline. I'll give you a desert. How about that
We
one?
can't have a podcast full of Transformers
Yeah, you
puns.
can. I could just drop one in every 10 minutes. It's fine.
And,
But we're not allowed to say them because Hasbro and the copyright.
So,
right, Starsky and Hutch. They're
Starsky and
bringing
Hutch
it
for
to
TV,
TV.
Ross.
Don't care.
Yeah, that's what I've just
Don't
said.
It
It was
I'm
all
not
about the car.
American. I don't care about a TV show that I never cared about.
No, it's all about the car.
did you see the movie?
No, that's Ben Stiller in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's quite a good Ben Stiller movie. Fine. Okie doke. Marvel's Inhumans.
Yeah, it's been panned, hasn't it?
Really quite badly, yeah. It's done okay, actually. It's for usually with like TV episodes that get shown on IMAX cinemas.
Yep.
They take, well, Game of Thrones did it a couple of years ago. They took about 1.5 million or something
Wow.
domestically in their first week. It looks as if Marvel's Inhumans is going to do pretty much exactly the same. However, it's getting really badly reviewed.
That's a shame.
'Tis a shame.
Is there any more about that? It's just any particular detail? Oh, it's just this is shit.
It was supposed to be running for a number of weeks, but they are cutting it down to 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
There you go. Goodbye,
pretty bad then.
Inhumans. And well, yeah. We'll see what happens to it on television, I suppose, but I don't see a lot of people wanting to go and pay and see it now that it's been really badly reviewed.
No. It's probably one of those ideas they'll revisit again in a few years and get it right, but hey.
Yep, fair enough. The Equalizer.
Oh, go on.
Ooh.
Now you got my interest.
There you go. There's a sequel coming.
A sequel to the film.
Sequel to the
I
film.
want to see a series again.
Okay. But the bad guy is going to be Pedro Pascal, who played Oberyn Martell, who you've not met in Game of Thrones yet.
No.
He's
He's also in Narcos, isn't he?
I've not seen Narcos yet.
We enjoyed the first series and then just fell out of it second season in.
Right. Did the story drop off, or
I think
Was it
we
just
got
you?
bored. Yeah,
right? Okay.
I think quite a lot of time with factual things based on fact like that. Part of me just goes, stop watching this TV show and just watch like a 3-hour documentary
Yeah.
on it. Like the People versus O.J. Simpson. Don't watch that. Watch ESPN's like 6-hour documentary on O.J. Simpson. Way better.
So what is it? The CIA versus the cartel, is it, or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's both the CIA and the DEA.
Oh yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
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 I might give it a go. but who knows? Anyway, so yeah, what do you reckon?
Yeah, is it Denzel Washington again?
It is, yes.
Well, if it's anything like the first one, I'll enjoy it.
I need to go and watch the film, I think, don't I?
Yeah, well, yeah, but you definitely need to watch season 1 of the actual TV series as well. With Edward Woodward in it was brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'll go and give that a go.
I know this is the last one because I stumped myself here. I was going to say you can't take your car to the scrap heap anymore. You have to take it to the junkyard. But they're both owned by Hasbro. Copyright on those. They're part of the Junkions. But you know the Junkion from Transformers movies called Wreck-Gar. Yeah. There's 4 Junkions named. Right. One's Wreck-Gar. One's Junkyard. The other's Scrap Heap. What's the 4th one called? Nancy.
Fuck off.
No.
I'm not joking.
Amazing.
So you got Junkyard and Scrap Heap and Nancy.
Comedy name. Chucked in there so people would pick it up on a podcast 20 years later. 30 years later. Lord of the Flies. Did you guys pick up on this news this week?
Nope.
No. All female Lord of the Flies.
Oh, that's going to be bitchy, isn't it?
Yep.
It's weird and unnecessary.
Weird and unnecessary.
Yeah, I'm confused. What do you mean? Like they're going to film?
No,
it?
sorry, I retract that. I retract the statement I made then.
Okay.
It's quite a good idea to tackle that story from a different perspective.
This is true, but then why not just call it something else?
Ladies of the Flies?
Maybe. Lady of the Flies, yeah, that's fine. But still, why not call it something else?
Nancy.
Because it'll just be it'll be referred to as that movie that's exactly like Lord of the Flies anyway. If they don't change the name of it,
this is true.
There's potential for it to be interesting, isn't there?
True.
Like it's already been again. It's one of those things that it hasn't been remade. It's just a retelling, isn't it? Because it's actually a stage play, isn't it?
No, it's a movie as well.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, this will be the third movie.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
But it doesn't count in the same way. It doesn't count because it's just a retelling of the story. As opposed to a remake of a movie.
Got you. That's what you mean, because it was a book property originally.
Yeah.
Right, got you.
I feel there's already enough reality TV shows that already hit all the marks.
This is true.
Personally. Honestly, I really do. So,
is it a book or is it a stage play?
It's a book.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember the name of the writer.
I'm confused as a bit of theatre then. The only thing that confuses that is the Seven Samurai Magnificent Seven thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. Oh, yeah, they just need to remake Magnificent Seven to bookend it, and we're all sorted, right?
Oh, you mean remake Seven Samurai?
Yeah, Seven Samurai. Sorry,
it's so confusing. Here is the remake of the retelling of exactly the same story.
And then we remade Seven Samurai based on the remake of Magnificent Seven. There you go.
I'm lost.
Perfect bookend.
What else we got?
Moving on. I thought we'd end up.
What do you think of Lord of the Flies? No, I
I
completely derailed that. I think it's an interesting project.
I think there's going to be a lot of backlash. It's a classic story. Why touch it? Why do anything with it? You know,
because the world's changed since that story was written.
Well, we do live in a world where non-gender specific clothing is being introduced for our children. So perhaps nobody has an argument anymore.
The thing is, make it all girls, because if you made it mixed, it'd get a bit rapey.
Yeah, true. It's got to be all one sex, I think, hasn't it? That's kind of the point of the story.
Boys are awful.
The point that is the point of the story. Yeah. Boys are awful to each other as well. So that's what and I've heard arguments, or I've seen arguments online as well from women saying, "Well, it just wouldn't happen if it were all girls, would it? You know, it wouldn't kill Pigsy."
No, I reckon it could be bloodier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose we're going back to reality TV shows again, aren't we? What's this one that you said about Ross, where they're putting a bunch of people on the island and they can do anything they want? Is it Russian?
No, that wasn't from me, mate.
No, you mentioned a little while back
I talk about like
Paradise Lost.
The Eden, but
but there's a Russian one coming.
The Eden, the boys were the worst thing in that. They were abhorrent.
Right. There you go. Anyway, we'll see how this all turns out, whether or not it goes ahead. There's very little being said about it at the moment. It's just in pre-production, so yeah, could be interesting.
It stands more chance of coming out than any video game movies that I mentioned earlier.
Well, yeah, this is also true. Star Wars news.
All right.
Yeah. Where's my trailer?
It's coming. It was supposed to be out at the end of September, so expect it imminently.
What? End of September.
Sorry,
end of
August. Sorry.
Good.
So yeah, it can't be far
I need
away.
to watch it and have a little cry.
Do you think they'll show?
I think Alan caught me crying over not the last trailer, but over one of the Star Wars trailers because I was so hungover and I watched it on my telly in surround sound for the first time.
And you broke down.
I just had a little cry. Yeah, I think I watched it. No, it was the.
I love it.
No, I'll tell you what it was. I'll tell you exactly what it was. It was the little Star Wars celebration montage for Princess Leia they did.
That's absolutely acceptable, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
that was very.
But I
sad.
was hungover and it was on the. It's the John. It has to be. It has to be the John Williams score, a certain volume,
right
without any distractions as well. Just adds to it. It's like that's pulling on your heartstring because I'm a genius of writing music to make you feel.
Yeah, there you go. But yeah,
That's the news.
no,
The trailer's late.
no. BB9E is the news.
Oh, yeah, I've seen Force Friday 2. Do you know what Force Friday 2 is, Paul?
No.
Right, so Disney make a big hoo-ha-ha-ha
Yeah.
about... that's quite a good Al Pacino impression from Scent of a Woman there. It's terrible. It's the least Italian-sounding noise anyone's ever made, apart from when I went, look at me, it's Mario. Yeah, right, so they didn't do it for Rogue One. They're only doing it for the tentpole movies.
Right.
They do this day where they release all the toys at once, and it was the other day, wasn't it?
Yep.
And they do that bent watch middle-aged men queuing up at Oxford Street.
Oh,
to
I
get
can
into Disney.
imagine.
But the thing is, what I don't get is they're queuing up to get into the Disney store. So all the toys are the shit Disney. Like we've spoke about this before. There's like a quality scale.
Yeah,
Do they not
toys,
sell
isn't
the
there?
Sphero ones then in the Disney store?
I don't know if that's a Disney toy of they might do, but I'm just thinking more of the figures. Like you go in there and there's Disney, like it was like it at Disneyland. The Disney branded good figures were not a patch on like the Black series.
Yeah. No, I can imagine.
But they're similar sort of price because it's Disneyland, and the Disney stores are all a bit like that.
Right.
Because
So they just had like the fixed moulding figures rather than like
no, there'll be like
nice
different.
articulation.
It's almost like they sell different quality toys for different, just literally different areas. Like
Right.
there are completely when it's a good idea, isn't it? There's
It's
a
like what they do with
completely
Transformers.
different set of SKUs that go in a Disney store that as compared to what end up in Forbidden Planet.
Yeah, it's like what they do
It's
with
just
Transformers. You've got
covering all the bases,
yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. A little bit of everything.
Well, let's face it, adults. Well, this is exactly what you're saying. Adults are more likely to walk into Forbidden Planet. Children under 5 are more likely to walk into the Disney store.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, BB9E. They're doing Sphero are doing a toy again for this Christmas. So yeah, capture
And it's
that
a
market
little black
as well.
rolly ball.
It is a little black rolly ball, just like BB-8. Apparently, he's a bit of a BB-8, but like a pain in the arse version. A bit of a
Is he not
narcissist.
Imperial?
He is not Imperial, but what's the new? He's New Order.
Oh,
or whatever
New
they
Order.
call it.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Pedant.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be pedantic. But yeah,
He's a baddie.
he's a
shall we say.
baddie. Yeah. Don't know if I can say it like this, but I'm going to. Speaking of things being replaced by things of different colour, Ron Howard has pulled Michael K. Williams out of the movie, the Han Solo movie, in the last couple of weeks. And it's possible that he's replaced him with Paul Bettany.
That movie's in all sorts of trouble.
It is, isn't it? They've kind of pulled Michael K. Williams, who's the black guy from Boardwalk Empire. Do you remember the chap at all?
Vaguely, yeah.
You'd recognise him from lots of other things.
Yeah.
I'll show you a picture.
The doctor guy, the horrible, like...
There you go. So he couldn't make it back to do any reshoots, so he's just pulled from the movie altogether, and they're reshooting all of his scenes with a white actor. Paul
That's
Bettany.
fucking mental.
Why-
It doesn't matter. I don't mean the race thing matters not at all. but because it's Star Wars, it shouldn't matter, should it?
No, true.
But it's fucking nuts that they're just doing that with a movie.
I'm surprised.
Soon it'll be like Running Man. They just won't. They'll get bodies. They'll mocap bodies, and then they'll just CGI famous people over the top of them.
I'm surprised that this is slipping by unnoticed though, because
So nobody wants this movie, Chris. Nobody cares enough to get angry about this film. Like as animated as I am now is about as animated as I'm ever going to get about it. Literally nobody cares. Like we don't. It feels like it's going to be shit already.
Sure.
Just like literally, everyone's just like, yeah, who gives a fuck? As long as they make episode 9, don't cock it out. Oh, should we do the same with Obi-Wan Kenobi? No one gives a shit. He sat in a desert for like 30 years. 20
Watching
years.
kids, that could turn nasty, couldn't it? Yeah.
Nice. So yes, I'm just saying that with all the people, race card and such like being played in Hollywood, there's nothing much being said about that, and it surprises me.
Yeah.
I think it was for a legitimate reason though.
Yeah, fair enough.
But also no one cares. Nobody cares about Han Solo movie.
Moving on then. Creed. Did you guys see the Rocky follow-up movie, Creed, by any chance?
No.
It's very good. Definitely put that on your watch list. That's like one of the best boxing films I have seen in the last few years. I like a boxing film.
I think I've seen Rocky 6, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
The one where he comes back from retirement.
I don't think I've seen it. So Rocky 5 is his son, right?
Rocky 5 is he has to retire and he trains a street urchin.
Yeah.
Rocky,
he's not his son yet. Okay.
Rocky 6 is where he comes back for one last fight. So it's just like a remake of 4. And so Creed is a remake of 5. Isn't it?
Creed is, you're right, I suppose, to a degree. It's Apollo's son, though.
Yeah.
Apollo's long-lost son coming back for a bit of training. And it's a very well put-together film. Very, very good sports movie.
While we're on the subject of scrappy badasses, going back to Defenders, did anybody see the trailer for The Punisher at the end of that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
What do you think?
I'm quite looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I really like The Punisher in all forms, apart from Dolph Lundgren's one.
Yeah, that
bad,
doesn't exist. As far as I'm concerned,
but the guy who plays Shane from The Walking Dead.
Yeah, John Bernthal.
I hate him so much.
I don't like him.
Because of him. Like his portrayal of Shane in Walking Dead.
It was hateful, wasn't it? But
you so don't like. It's like how I can't stand the guy from. Did I say this on Friday? I can't stand the guy from It's Always Sunny because I just assume that's what he's like in real life. Like, I can't not have Patrick Swayze as a paedophile and Donnie Darko as my only memory of Patrick Swayze. But the guy from The Walking Dead, I love him, and he's really good in the Pacific as well. But I just hate him.
Okay.
See, I was like that for ages. Sorry, I was like that for ages, all the way through the Daredevil episode until we got to know the character more, and then he's the Punisher.
Yeah, I like the Punisher. I still hate him. Not the Punisher. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
I kind of decided, I think, a while back that I didn't like the actor. And it may be because of what you're saying, that he was... Walking Dead, I mean, the acting is often a little bit off in that anyway. So, but when he turned up in Daredevil, it kind of turned it around a little bit for me.
Yeah.
So I'm quite looking forward to seeing him in other stuff. I was looking through the news today, actually, and I found... I saw his picture, and he's attached to a movie called First Man. And I thought, okay, yeah, fucking Neanderthal, that makes makes quite a lot of sense, doesn't it? And looked into it. In actual fact, it's about Neil Armstrong. So we're getting a biopic about Neil Armstrong with John Bernthal playing Dave Scott, who was one of his co-pilots in a previous mission. I don't know if you know about the Gemini 8 mission. I don't.
No, but, not all of it. No.
Right.
With Ryan Gosling as Neil Armstrong.
Cool.
That could be all right.
Could be, yeah. Could
we'll
be good.
See what happens. That was going to come up later in the news as it happens,
there we go.
But there we are. Cool. What were we talking about? Creed.
Yes.
There's a sequel coming.
Yes.
They're starting filming in 2018. So that'll be a remake of Rocky 6 then, Russ, won't it?
No, I'll make it Rocky 8.
Will it?
Yeah.
Didn't you say... Fuck it, I've lost him. Okay,
I'll agree.
It's fine.
Just agree.
Yeah.
Just agree, or you'll slip into a dad joke.
Right, reviews are in for bloody Stephen King's It.
Right.
Stephen King's reviewed Stephen King's It.
He liked
hasn't
it.
Does
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, he really liked it. And that's
Ooh.
surprising because
Yeah.
he's usually quite dismissive of his
Yeah.
properties being made into stuff. But yeah, he likes it. Everybody else seems to like it.
Oh, good.
I'm going to go and see it probably next Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd like to go and see it. I don't know if I can get the missus to go and see a horror film. I'm not really
She's
sure.
not keen.
She's just not great with horrors. So
Fair
yeah.
enough.
I might have to watch it on my own in the dark at home
Best way.
on my phone.
Hands down your trousers. Oh.
I like clowns.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's his name? Skarsgård, that's playing Pennywise.
Yeah.
Apparently he's having a few psychological and emotional issues after playing the part.
Really?
Yes, which
My
is quite
dear,
interesting.
it's just called acting, my dear.
Yes, absolutely. It's easily going to make up its 48 million budget by the looks of it. Projected to triple it very, very quickly. And apparently the director's really on point. All the kids are amazing actors.
Yep.
Just sounds like it's
Does it only
home
do
run.
the first half of the book then?
I wasn't actually going to say that, but yes, you're right.
Why
Should
didn't
I?
you want to say that?
Because it's
Well,
a bit
no
of a,
spoilers.
it is a bit of a spoiler. It doesn't tell you it's part 1 of 2 until the end credit.
I'm glad they've done that.
Yeah?
Yeah, because the first...
Because it's a chunky old book, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
true.
one of his tomes.
It is a big one.
It's not The Stand.
Have you seen the Tim
But
Curry
it's-
version?
Yeah,
The
that's a made-for-TV
That,
thing.
yeah, but the first half of it, that first half of the book,
Yeah.
it works really well. Then they try and tag on the return of him. You know, he returns in the book when they're all adults and the rest.
Yeah.
It just falls flat on its arse. It's terrible. But
I think
first
it's quite
half
good
is
up
brilliant.
until just the last scene because budget constraints.
Actually, I feel it gets a bit tired, but the whole bit with the kids and everything, I think works really well.
Yeah, yeah.
But this is I think it's gonna be good. This one.
Looking forward to it. Should I leave in the bit about part 1 and part 2?
Yeah, I don't think you're spoiling anything about
No.
it at this point.
No?
I think enough people
It's
out
like
there
a
who are going to watch
40-year-old
it.
book, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well, true.
And a 35-year-old movie.
the majority of people who are going to go and watch it are ones that have already seen.
Hey, George, you want a balloon?
Yes, they've seen the Tim Curry one or they've read the book.
Well,
They already know what it
Yeah.
is.
Did you see that trailer with the bloody You'll Float 2? The music?
You'll float too.
You'll Float 2.
Yeah,
You'll
No, I
Float 2.
don't need
You'll
to
float
watch.
too.
After that first trailer, I was like, right, I'm in. This
Yeah.
is going to be brilliant.
yeah.
Okay, so as we've opened this can of worms, the director is definitely on for the sequel.
Cool.
However, Skarsgård, because of the issues he's having, it's questionable as to whether or not he'll return. However,
Do you not think that's just a little bit of publicity hype?
could be. Could
yeah,
be.
I've got a feeling it could be.
Why don't you just act it and not method it next time then?
But how's he going to? I mean, how do you method act a role like that?
Jared Leto's been trying to tell the world that all the stuff that was being said about his part and the like publicity stunts that he was pulling for Suicide Squad is bullshit, and it didn't actually happen. But who do you believe? Like all the stars that say, well, you know, he sent me a dead rat and a bunch of bullets and used condom, or do you believe a guy that's now trying to defend himself on chat shows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. Remains to be
Isn't
seen.
that not so much method acting, just being a twat though?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, but I've heard things about like Daniel Day-Lewis, who seems like a fairly nice chap. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a bit
He's not the guy. Yeah, he does
intense,
the
isn't he?
cobbler.
But I heard he's
Yeah, the cobbler.
The cobbler, yeah, that's right.
yeah.
Next
Did we
shoes, yeah.
decide that he was a cobbler? Or
Well,
did we just
I
say that?
decided he's definitely a cobbler.
He's a
now.
cobbler that acts and not an actor
Yeah.
that cobbles.
Yeah.
Retired now.
Yeah.
Well,
Cobbler.
Full-time
Yeah,
cobbler.
everyone said he
Yeah.
was a bit of a
Till
cunt
the
in
day he dies.
when in Gangs of New York,
Right.
because that's about the only role he plays a horrible person in.
But he
doesn't
stays in part throughout. Like when he was
Yeah.
filming Lincoln, he demanded that all of the cast and crew referred to him as Mr. President. It's staying in part
Yeah,
throughout the whole thing.
but that's fine as long as you're not playing a nutter.
Yeah.
Because everyone says he was a bit horrible in Gangs of New York.
But if you were that wanted as an actor, and they'd let you do anything, pretty much just to keep you, you'd try little tricks like that anyway.
Well, yeah, but
regardless
you
of being-
wouldn't.
Do you know what I mean?
To imagine
Yeah,
if
I want
they'd
everyone to
have
call me Mr.
Imagine
President.
if they'd have
Do you know what I mean?
cast Daniel Day-Lewis as Hannibal Lecter, mate, and it was just been, what are you doing?
God.
I've just went out and I found a prostitute and I'm wearing her today. But I'm in character, so it's
Do you want
fine.
some liver?
With some fodder beans and a nice Chianti. I can smell your consent. Well, on my can't smell it at all. I'm going to go and cobble some shoes.
Oh dear. Right. So yes, I'm gonna see it as soon as possible. Go out and watch it. Apparently, it's going to be good. Trailers.
Go on.
Okay. Do you like Takashi Miike?
Who's he?
He's the guy that directed Ichi the Killer.
Oh, yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
he's got a new film coming out called Blade the Immortal, which is based on a manga, as in a Japanese comic, not an anime. And it looks very good. The trailer, I already tagged it on my Facebook page because I got a little bit excited, but I'll make sure it goes up on the SNEW of the Crew page as well.
Cool.
But if he's doing this throughout the movie, the subtitle work looks like it's going to be fantastic. So he's done, have you seen Shin Godzilla, the most recent reboot, Japanese?
Between his thigh and his
I
knee.
didn't think it had subtitles, did it?
What I'm trying to say is that when it was setting the scene for Japan or USA, when it goes to different places, it gives you massive, great big subtitles on the screen.
Ah, right, okay.
Massive, great big writing. It was really bloody disorientating actually with Shin Godzilla, because in the version I saw, you had that big in Japanese, and then again in English,
right?
And that's just all the screen was taken up by writing. But Takashi Miike is doing pretty much that. So in the unused space in the screen, it's got massive subtitles in it, and it looks really comic booky and very cool. The action looks fantastic.
Cool.
My God, this film looks incredible.
That could work.
Go watch the trailer. It's on our Facebook page. Next up, there is Wormwood, which is a Netflix movie.
Right.
All about the CIA's LSD experiments in the 1950s.
Ah, yes. I saw something about this.
Yeah. Looks pretty, well, you'd expect it to be a bit trippy, wouldn't you? But interesting looking. You like this sort of thing, Ross?
Yeah.
It was, yep.
Good input.
What do they call it? MK Ultra, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the MK Ultra movement, yeah.
So yeah, that's coming in December anyway, seeing as Ross has got nothing to say about it.
Yep.
Law, another Amazon series. If they've knocked the tick out of the park for me just recently, I think I might give another one a go. Law is a 6-episode anthology series looking at urban myths. And interestingly, it's based on a guy that does a podcast of the same name. And so I don't know how the episodes are going to be set out, whether or not it's documentary style.
What urban myths?
Don't know yet.
Oh, that's a shame. I'd like to know.
It'll be, it'll be Sasquatch on it, the obvious ones, and then you got Mothman and things like that.
The fuck?
You not heard of Mothman?
No.
Mothman, yeah. It was a sighting over a period of weeks back in the 1970s, I think it was, 1960s. And it was supposedly...
What about the Beast of Bodmin Moor?
That'll
That'd
do
be
as
a
well.
Good one, wouldn't
Bit
it?
of that, yeah.
Would.
Have some of that.
Yep.
What about people in the West White who've got 5 fingers, but they're all interlocked by webbing?
Yep, there's them.
Fishwives. But yeah.
The Hogo Pogo.
You haven't got long to wait. It comes out on October 13th.
Cool, that could be quite fun.
So we'll see. Mindhunter, we already discussed in a previous episode. That's the one about the FBI psychologically profiling psychopaths and such like. That's now got a release date. That's the same date as it happens, October 13th.
Is that, a documentary or
No, it's a film.
A film, right.
Daniel Day-Lewis is going to method act every role in that film.
Yeah.
Probably kill himself.
Yeah.
Scary stuff.
Cobbling.
And then we've got Brawl in Cell Block 99, which is from the director that did Bone Tomahawk.
Jesus.
Have you seen it?
No.
Western. I've not seen it yet.
It's a
Apparently
great title.
Very, very good, apparently. So it came out around the same time as what's the Tarantino movie?
Hateful Eight?
Hateful Eight, that's the one.
Yeah.
So it came out, and I think it was a little bit ignored because, well, you can only have one Western in the cinema at the time.
Yeah, overshadowed a little bit.
Even though bloody Hateful Eight could only be shown in limited cinemas because of the bloody printing. However, do you know about that?
Nope.
So it was on a specific size film, so he couldn't show it in every cinema.
Well, you just scan it and put it out digitally.
They didn't do it.
He didn't want it.
No.
He didn't want them to.
No. So it didn't happen, but still, it's still still overshadowed Bone Tomahawk and
Bone Tomahawk. They've had to change the name of that. It's copyrighted by Hasbro now.
Tomahawk.
They're bringing out a Transformer called Bone Tomahawk.
No, they're not.
It sounds like a post-rock band, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does sound like a post-rock band.
Anyway, Brawl in Cell Block 99. It's Vince Vaughn in a serious role, which I'm quite looking forward to. It looks alright. He's some kind of a bit of a right winger.
Vince Vaughn.
He's quite serious in Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, you're right. He is.
I like him. He's a giant man. I stood in his feet in the Hollywood, outside Man's Chinese Theatre in Los Angeles, California.
He's got big feet, is he?
Yeah. I've got tiny feet as well, so it looked ridiculous.
Mr. Robot Season 3, that had a trailer this week as well. I like Mr. Robot.
I love the title. I just can't get my head around it.
You should give it a bit more of a longer shot.
Do you know what? It's the trailer on Netflix that did me in.
Yeah.
It was really fucking annoying.
Did you get far into it though? Have you seen?
No, I've seen the trailer. The trailer annoyed me. Really annoyed me.
Okay.
Christian Slater was really annoying in it as well. I like him, and he was really annoying in that. So.
Craig Marriott loves it. He bangs on about it all the time. I don't like it.
Have you guys seen Fight Club?
Yep.
Of course you have.
It's sort of those lines, is it?
It's basically a TV retelling of the story of Fight Club.
Cool.
To a degree.
I might give it a go then now.
And then finally, Electric Dreams, the Philip K. Dick anthology series.
Yeah, that could be good.
It's coming like super soon. We haven't got an actual release date, but it's during September. And it's coming to Channel 4. So, yeah, it's nearly there.
Mega.
There is a trailer out there, and it's got, my God, the cast is pretty impressive. Bryan Cranston, to name just one.
That'll do. That's enough.
Bryan Cranston and others. Cracking cast. Have you seen Others? They're all the best actors and actresses.
All of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen all of them. They're great.
It's got such a brilliant cast. E.G.
AKA
them and Bryan Cranston.
Just go and have a look at the trailer. I'm a very tired
thingy.
man, and I know how much you take the piss out of me for listing things. So I know this show is all one big list. Fuck off.
It's just a giant list of knowledge and half facts
about stuff and others. Right, what else we got? Anything
That's
else?
it. That's all the trailers.
Oh, should we let everybody off the hook this week?
And we're pretty much done with the show, I think.
Wow.
That'll do us, won't it? Paul, where can we find you?
You will find my two little shops online, Rocket Punch Collectables and Curiosity. They're both, you can find them both very easily on Facebook and on eBay. And I've not listed anything in the past couple of weeks. I've had a hectic couple of weeks. This month, it's all about banging the listings out. So yeah, keep a lookout. There should be loads of nice stuff.
Cool. And most places where you can find our podcast, you'll find them linked below.
Thank you very much.
Cool. Roscoe?
You can find me on the PlayStation networks. Playing Everybody's Golf at the moment, and the new Battlefield.
Anyone found you on Everybody's Golf and run you over with a tank yet?
No.
Come on, internet.
Not one person has added me. That's how, probably how many people who listen to our podcast actually are just my friends already.
You people in California, what are you doing?
It's weird, isn't it, that people listen to our show abroad? Find
Roscoe on on PlayStation Network, you Californian people, who we really appreciate. Thanks for listening. It spins us out that you're all the way over there in California listening to us, but hope the weather's nice. It's all right, yeah?
And if you're ever over here, check out Bothers and Tank Museum.
Yes, true.
Yeah,
hey, we're not allowed to bring up old jokes like that.
Yeah.
And me, you can find me editing this podcast, hanging out on the SNEW with the Crew Facebook page, and checking the email for listeners' emails. We're not adding for a little while, so if you fancy engaging, asking a question, getting involved with the conversation, drop an email to snewwiththecrew@gmail.com. Oh, and there's also my music page, I suppose, Chris Quinton's Music and Things, which is, well, I'm still slowly working towards stuff to put on there, but, babies and dogs and life and stuff. So, yeah. Outside of that, you can find this podcast pretty much anywhere where you'd usually find your podcasts, to be fair. You're already listening to it, so just Google search SNEW with the Crew and show the results to your friends, maybe. That would be nice. Leave us a review on iTunes, that sort of thing. All of the above gratefully accepted. We should mention Sticher and Libsyn, shouldn't we, really? Because we're contractually obliged. But there you go. So we've done
Who's that again? Stitcher and Libsyn.
Yeah, the problem is we're not allowed to host on Stitcher anymore because Hasbro and the copyright of Stitcher.
Is he a robot that turns into a needle?
He will be.
A knitting needle.
I'm sure that's one they haven't done yet, so it's only a matter of time. They did a pen the other week, so...
They've done a pen?
Yeah.
Can you write with the pen?
It was an Optimus Prime pen that you can use. Yeah. I say the other week, it was a couple of years back now. Anyway...
Optimus Pen, he's my favourite.
Yeah.
Penimus Prime. Right, that'll do. You've been a listener. We've been SNEW with the Crew. Thanks very much, folks. We'll see you next time.
Ta-ra, you shitters.
Ta-da.
Bye.
Goodbye, Decepticons, Decepticreeps.